Hey, Opals. Okay, so hidden clutter. Oof. I don't know about you, but I'm like super. I can be super sucked into hidden clutter, especially like deeper drawers. That's why I don't have a lot of deeper drawers because it's an intentional choice, right? So, hidden clutter is where like those overstuffed spots, those deeper drawers, the back of the closet, the behind the shoe boxes, the drawers that you sometimes or sometimes don't use in the nightstand, all those hidden clutter spots, all the things that things kind of just get stuffed in there and that's it. Right? Like that's why it's hidden because it's underneath. And that's where we can get into the duplicates. We get into the hidden clutter of I didn't even know I still had that. We get that layer upon layer upon layer and we just shove more in, and then it's just stacked chaos. You don't even know what's underneath. So forgotten items, duplicates, those are the key topics of why we do things like this, why we do 6 month check ins, why we have sustainable steps in place to control the clutter that's hiding, to control over purchasing. Hello, if you don't have duplicates, that just means that you just saved yourself some time and money. And I'm not sure about you, but I am always for saving money, even though sometimes those duplicates are really, really cute and soft. So, I mean, that's just what it is. So, if you've got a drawer that occasional use, or sometimes I just grab what's off top, right? Like my pajama drawer, I just grab what's on top, I wash it, it gets put back on top. What about the other thing else? What about the things if we don't have a sustainable step or a check in scheduled? What about everything else? Whereas if we have the check-in schedule, we do these. Okay, it's 6 months. We're going drawer by drawer of the dresser, or hanger by hanger section of the closet, or we're pulling all the shoes out and only putting back what we know we've worn in the last 6 months. That's why we have these steps to avoid the duplicates, to avoid the piles of clutter that we don't even know are taking up our spaces, that are hindering our zones, that are mental clutter that we could be carrying. Because if it's stacks in a drawer, you have to push down and shove it in. It's like that closet that nobody wants to talk about. Oh, just don't look in there. Right? It's the coat closet by the front door that we just kind of squish and then hang everything up, right? And then close the door really fast before things fall. It's all the steps that, yeah, I only take the sleep shirt off the top of the drawer, but I really have to smush it down and shove it in after I do laundry. I really have to squish things over to put my socks in. Right? I really have to push things to the back to put my new undergarments in. I really have to manhandle the hangers to hang up my new shirt. Yeah, it may or may not be visual clutter. We're focusing on the hidden clutter, the drawers, and the things like that. We are focusing on those. But if you have to make the effort to make the room, that means you've got too much. That means it's time to simplify the space. That's why we do the 6 month check ins. What are you getting rid of? Are you getting rid of everything? You're going to take the drawer, you're going to dump it out. I didn't even know I had this. If you did not know you had it, you do not need to justify keeping it. If you did not know you have it, it is an automatic declutter option. Remember, when we're simplifying that first part of the 3S method, we look for expired, outgrown, and unused. If you didn't know you had it, that means it's unused. Especially in these hidden clutter catches, right? In the drawers, in the back of the closet. If you didn't know you had it, that means you can get rid of it. We're not going to think about it. We're not going to justify it. We're not going to be like, oh, I remember. Okay. But you haven't remembered in the last 6 months, so obviously you haven't needed it. Those are the things that we can get rid of. And then we're getting rid of the morning stressors or the right before bedtime annoyances of fighting with the drawers, of squishing, smushing, and scooching, right? Like we're getting rid of those. So even if it's just the quick reset every 6 months, Great. Quick reset up every 6 months. I'm going to set my clock for 15 minutes. I'm going to empty this drawer and get it done. I'm going to have 15 minutes. And if I get done with that drawer and I've still got 5-6 minutes left, I'm going to move on to the next drawer, because I know I'm going to make the space better, because perfection's not a thing. So we're going to make it better by simplifying it. By hard and fast, forget it, right? I did forget it, so I don't need it. I wear these now instead of those. So as it's hidden clutter now, it's an intentional declutter later on. If it's out of sight, out of mind now, that means when you reset your space, you don't need to think about it. That means when you're listening to the audio in your library subscription, you're, oh yeah, just get rid of these things in that drawer. Just make this space easier to work with. Just make it better so it's less stressful next time I'm in it. So right now, you may have forgot you already had it, but when you check in with the space this week, when you're working on those hidden drawer spots, you're not going to justify keeping it because you're already not using it. And we don't need to hang on to things just in case or just because or maybe. And do not tell yourself that, oh, well, now that I remember that I have it, I'm going to start. No, you haven't missed it. So you're not doing it, right? You're not going backwards. You're not going to justify keeping it. I can make an inappropriate joke right now, but I won't. But those are the things, like, just because you're decluttering it now and you're like, oh, I liked that. You did like being the part of it, right? Past tense being the word that you're inserting here. But it's not being used. It's unused. And if it's in good shape, go ahead and put it in your donate bin. Take that bin out to the car and schedule the time to drop it off. Okay, do not move it to the donate bin and then have it mentally taking up your space going, oh, remember you moved me over there. Aren't you going to pay attention to me? You don't have me in the car, so you can still use me. No. If you are just now getting into the guts of your spaces and applying the 3S method with intention and hardcoreness and starting stages of it, then we are getting the things in the car. Then you need to have a regular routine drop off. Maybe after you drop off the kids at school on Wednesday morning, on your way to the office, you're going to drop the bins off at the Goodwill or whatever donation center, right? Maybe every Tuesday, the center that does pickups comes to my house. And then you can dial that back, right? And then you can have the box in the closet, and then once a month I take the box. But if you are just getting into your core of hopeful organizing and you are just 15-minute focused daily 3S method steps, each small space, right? If you are just starting your hopeful organizing journey, you got to take those donations weekly. You can take them daily if you want to get really crazy. If you weren't coming from the space of, oh, this is a lot. Whoa, then take it daily. Because every day it leaves, you feel lighter. Not just your space feels lighter, your mental health feels lighter. You clear that space on so many levels of existence. And then if it's out your house, you're going to be tempted by it, right? Then it's not talking to you from the closet. It's not pinging at your brain, twinkling those little like, oh, do you need to go through that thing? Oh, before I take it to the donation thing, I better go through it one more time. No, you are a smart, intelligent, capable person, which means if you put it in the donate box, that means you were right. Oh, we ain't doing it. Nope. Expired, outgrown, unused. Expired, outgrown, unused. That's all the things. We're not going backwards. We're not taking clutter back into our house. Today's podcast episode, I think it was today, maybe last week's, was all about why do I reclutter? It's because you let your donation box twinkle back in, right? You don't have an established one in, one out rule. You're okay with stuffing the drawer to put your pajama top back on. And until the signs are noticeable and the sustaining steps are in place, we end up with overstuffed drawers. We end up with piles and piles of hidden clutter. Just because it's hidden does not mean that we do not have to address it. Bringing us back to the 6-month check-ins, the regular sustaining steps of keeping clutter away, maintaining organized systems, and keeping it that way, checking in with it. Okay, you can do this. I mean, it's hidden clutter. And then by next week, you'll be like, well, I have all this space. I'm going to fill it up. No, you're not. But, but you kind of have to just think about it. Okay, I'm intentional living. I've not even noticed I had this in the last 6 months. I'm not going to justify keeping it because this space means more to me. My mental health means more to me. An organized life means more to me than keeping clutter that I may or may not, maybe someday use again. So if you're just starting your journey, have a weekly drop off, have a daily drop off if you need it, have it get to the car immediately if you're getting rid of it. So if you need to keep a donate bin or bag in the car, you just take the pile, be like, I got my 15 minutes, grab my pile of stuff out to the car, into the bag it goes. Do that. As long as it's not sitting in your space, haunting you, tempting you, teasing you, and twinkling into your brain, that's the point. So if you're just starting, you may have to establish that weekly drop off. If you're more into the system, you've got your 6 months scheduled, you have your donation bin in place, you're comfortable with your 1 in, 1 out rules, you have this, that, no, whatever established, right? You've gone through the 3S method with intention through each small space of your bedroom. And now you're like, my hidden clutter may be there, but I do know in 6 months, I'm going to come back to this drawer. Then you're good. Then you may have an every other week drop off. But if you're just starting, if you're just getting into it, do it weekly. Get that stuff out your house immediately. And if you're just starting off, you can start with a free trial of the library. Even if you're just into it, like if you're more comfortable with the 3S method, you have your systems and sustaining steps on the schedule, on the planners, you're ready for it. Either way, it's a free trial. Either way, you get all the tools and support you need as you can plug and play and work. And then you get to work on your time, on your schedule, in your spaces. You don't have to try to catch a live, right? You don't have to try to follow along at a pace because we have lives, we have kids, we have family, we have all the things. So sometimes catching this is a struggle. But that's why we have the library. I have the library so you can work on your spaces at your pace on your time. If you are a non-sleeping person like me, 1:30 in the morning can be a great time for you to declutter a hidden catch zone, for you to organize your closet, for you to get on your calendar and set reminders. That's what the library is for. And I got the 30-day free trial so you can get in there, get comfortable with it. You get the chats, you get the resources, you get the challenges, you get everything in there, including the guided audio recordings. So if you're following along with us, it's Hidden Clutters weeks, right? It's those, I've got a drawer full of pajamas. I've got a box full of jewelry. I have a container full of belts and ties I may not use. Obviously, I don't wear a lot of ties myself, but my son probably has a box of ties he could go through. But those are the things. This week, we're following through with those hidden clutter catches. So if you're in the library, you get the prompts Tuesday through Thursday of what we're going to focus on, breaking down the 3S method. So you know exactly what we're going to simplify, how to set up systems for your success, and how to keep the clutter at bay in your organized spaces in play, right? Like you want to keep things organized. You work hard at decluttering. Organizing can be fun if you're crazy like me, but we want to keep it that way. Yep. Okay. I think that's it for today. Next week, we're going to wrap up the bedroom month. Hang on, I know this. Now that it's decluttered, how do you keep it that way? Ooh, next week we're going to talk about all sorting and organizing. Oh, I'm super excited. Okay, so let me know. Comments, send a message, whatever is easier for you. If you follow the podcast, you can even use there's a spot on it that you can send a text or a voicemail. Just let me know what you need. But for now, just get the 30-day free trial to the library, get started, tackle the hidden day clutter, and I think that's it. Till next time, stay hopeful.